Good evening and welcome. It's the end of another exciting week, and it's the start of a wonderful weekend. And of course, what's a better way to start the weekend than to tune into Bunje? Yeah, we're live on GIS TV, and we're joined by GBN, and of course, GBN is streaming live to the TCN network out in the diaspora. Yeah. You know, that's a big name for overseas, in New York, and those sort of places where you have Grenadians outside of there. So, as per usual, we start with our Bunje news. Now, it has been officially confirmed by the Prime Minister, or by the Minister of Sports, Honorable Emmeline Pierre, that Grenada will host the second edition of the Lima Call Caribbean Premier League on July 11, 2014. Yay! Right, so it's officially confirmed. Tobacco, well pressed. Today is Friday. We're telling you early. Normally we tell you at the end of the Bunje news, but we're telling you early. This is Fish Friday. Things are happening in Guelph, but the advice is the same as every other week. You don't go until we are through. Right, you need to stay here and look at the show. Now, the Cultural Foundation webpage and Facebook account, of course, you must know that by now, is up and running. Interested person can visit the website at culture.gd or the Facebook page at Grenada Culture Foundation. Also, the foundation has a new feature that highlights, forerunners of Grenada's culture and so on. If you want to nominate somebody, then you can do that. You can send your submission to gcfmanager@spiceisle.com, or alternatively, you can send it to culture.gd or even the foundation's Facebook page. Well, Spice Mass Cooperation officially launches Spice Mass 2014, May 30th at the Roy St. John playing field. It starts at 3 p.m. You want to come and see an array of colors, as the fancy mass and traditional mass will be on display. And not forgetting our pure jab. They'll be dancing along to the songs of our local artists and giving you a taste of Spice Mass 2014. Congratulations to Kirani James on winning the 200 meters race at the World Challenge Grand Prix in Japan in a time of 20.63 seconds. Him boy almost beat the car, 20.63 seconds. Way to go, Kirani, way to go. Keep the flag flying high. If you can't win a race, you're just testing them, Right, so that's the end of our official Bunje news. We're taking a break right now. Don't move a muscle, because when we come back, we start our interviews, and I can tell you they're already here in the studio. Right, and stay tuned. We'll be back.
Bunje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of a spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bunje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bunje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Diversity.
The 21st century imperative.
Diverse in education.
Diverse in health. Accepting everyone.
For who they are, the way they are.
A message from the Wesley College Young Leaders.
Welcome back. Remember, you're live on Bunje, and we have our first guest for this evening's program. And the gentleman is right here in studio, obviously. And he is a man who has a sweet hand. That's what they tell me. You have no reason to dispute it, but I could tell you he dressed the part. The gentleman is a chef by profession. His name, Kandel Dowden. And Kandel, welcome to Bunje, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
You're so very welcome. Well, I mean, I walked into the studio and I saw the chef, in the chef regalia from top come right down, and I said, wow, we're cooking on the set this evening. And then they told me, no, you didn't walk with the stuff to cook. So I said, well, no. So that's the first mark we take away from you. Yeah. You must walk with the stuff to cook. So next time we have it set up, right?
All right, definitely.
But tell us who's Kandel Dowden, and I see you have a badge saying Chef 20, Chef something. You want to help me with that?
It's actually, I don't even know. It's a new jacket, so. I don't
Okay,
even know
okay.
myself.
New jacket.
Yeah.
Right? Where do you work?
Port Louis Victory Bar and restaurant.
Port Louis Victory Bar and Restaurant. Well, you could have fooled me. If I didn't see you with this thing on your head, that indicate you're a chef. I say, what? He just passing here to see Keaton and the uncle or something like that. Because the face looks so green. So obviously, you're probably not in it too long. Oh, let me ask you a question different. How long have you been a chef?
Probably since 2011. I started culinary arts in, obviously in Grenada here. I went to school at TAMCC. And I did the 2 years program at TAMCC. And that's how I got into it. As I wasn't prior to I didn't have no idea of being a chef or anything like that. I was in the same district of art, but just differently because I wanted to be a photographer at first.
Wow. Wow. I mean, granted, yes, it's art, culinary art, photography and so,
it's
but
art as well.
wow, that's still.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can still take pictures of the food, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
You can take pictures of the food.
So then I wanted to go to the Miami Institute for Photography School, and then my mom think I wasn't responsible enough to be on my own because basically it was me living on my own. She doesn't think I was ready to be on my own. So then she said, you know what, why not try cooking? And I said, I think about it, I thought about it, and I said, you know what, all right, then I have nothing better to do till I prove myself to be responsible enough.
Okay.
Then I'll go.
So I'll cook some food, make sure she don't get
Yeah.
diarrhea or anything like that, no food poisoning, and she's responsible enough.
Yeah.
Then I'll go do me for photography.
Yeah.
Monjay, that's how he planned it. Sometimes things don't always work out exactly how he planned it, but you're still here smiling, so
That's
obviously,
right, that's right.
obviously you're enjoying it.
Yeah. So then I got into it, and then after, my mom is a cook for herself, you know, and I didn't even know I had the talent for it. Everything came so natural to me. I mean, the cuts, the finding out about stuff, how to cook it, how it should be done, and it came so easy to me after a while. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't think photography is my fine anymore. You know what I mean? So I fell in love with culinary after a while.
No. I am seeing this. Come on, fellas, take that picture down. You're getting me hungry, man. Hey, Bonjay, you can't do that to me, man. Can they tell us, that is one of your creations?
Yes, it is.
What are we looking at there?
It's basically a salad. It's at work. We were prepping for this
Photography,
for
artwork is
for
still
this
there.
function. And then the chef said, hey, you know what, let's do something. Me and the head chef came up with some stuff. And then after we made this pretty good salad, I just started doing, I don't even know how I came up with it. I just had an image in my head and I just started it one time. Came up with a coleslaw in the bottom of it with some green peppers, some fresh green peppers.
So that's green peppers we're seeing at the
green
top?
peppers, red peppers. And on the top of it, I carved out some carrots. The flowers,
carrots right there.
The flowers inside is the carrots. The coleslaw is in the bottom. And there's a little cucumber flower in it as well. I tried to kind of mix some colors into it, make it seem colorful and bright. Because, I mean, these are things that attract people's eyes. I mean, if you see a dull plate, you wouldn't want it.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
you see that pretty plate, then you'll
Oh,
run
yeah.
towards
Let me see what it is. But no. If I see that plate, I won't eat it.
Why is that?
Because I'll figure, no, that is too good to eat. So I'll take a picture, and hang it up in my living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, but that really looks attractive.
Yeah.
And you're right. There's food must be appealing.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Because that's the first pull.
Yeah.
It must look good.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it must taste
It
good.
tastes good as well.
Right. So I imagine that one tasted good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the next thing you have to do. When you come in and you say it again, you
Yeah.
gotta walk with
All
one.
right.
But so now I guess your mom is happy,
Yes, well, everybody is. You
and
know
now
what I mean?
Kendall is happy as well.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing pretty good for myself. You know what I mean? I started off as the lowest part of being a chef, as in when I walked into the kitchen. I started off on ground zero, and after I walked my
That's washing the wares.
yeah, that's washing the wares.
Let's say that now, man.
Everybody starts off
One
washing
J,
the wares.
afraid to say you're washing the wares. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? After you have to, and basically you have to kind of prove yourself, as in, you know what? You have to kind of push yourself in the kitchen to find out, hey, how does this work? How does they do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To kind of move yourself up, and I started doing that. I started pushing myself. It wasn't no easy challenge. I mean, working in the kitchen is no easy challenge, and to prove yourself to the other chefs, which is all your supervisor and elder than you, is no easy challenge as well. So you have to show them that you really want to be here,
Yeah.
and you really want to make something out of it here.
Yeah.
In order to make yourself a proper chef,
Mm-hmm.
a decent chef in the workplace, not just in mines, but for any other chefs as well. Because anywhere you go, you start from ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
They either start washing wells or even have somebody else washing wells. They start you by prepping stuff. You don't cook anything. And then after in the first about month, I proved myself. They moved me from washing dishes to actually controlling the whole pizza section of the Port Victory Bar and Restaurant, the whole pizza section and salad. And then now they moved me over to the hotline as well. So now I'm in between pizza, hotline, desserts, all at the same time.
Wow. So when I come down to Port Louis and I first get this beautiful that was a salad.
Yeah.
Right? I can say, that's Kendall's work.
Yeah.
Right? And then I feel, you know what? I want to try a pizza too.
Yeah.
I can still get somebody else
That's
to work
right.
there again.
That's right.
Wow. So, where do you see this from here? Because here you started in something that wasn't necessarily your forte,
Yeah.
but you're in it and you're enjoying it. And I can tell you're enjoying it because when I look at your face and the passion that you exude when you speak about your culinary work,
Yeah.
you know, it is obvious, you know, there's passion there.
Yeah. From there, I'm a bit not sure as yet, you know. I have ideas where I want to be in later on down in years, but I'm not sure as in to bring the transition of being where I'm, the stage I am now, to reach there. I'm still a bit lost, so I need like a bit more guidance from the other chefs that I have around me. But basically, is me working my way up again, still to the highest point of culinary level as I could reach, and then moving off of myself. Like right now, I'm trying my best to do some little things on the side by myself, like desserts. Lately, I've been making a lot of cheesecakes for people, and I never liked that area before. Never ever.
You never like dessert?
Never liked doing desserts. It was basically just hotline, pushing out food and grilling, and that was it. I didn't like anything else until the head chef told me one day, you know what, you need to expand yourself, you need to expand your knowledge, which he was right. I should have, because if you was to hire me for a night, for you and some people, I would have to get, and you want a 3-course meal as an appetizer, dinner, entree, and appetizer, and dessert, not appetizer, I would be lost. I would be like, oh my God, what should I do for dessert?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would probably have no idea.
Yeah.
I know.
And imagine you, Bonjour, but I wonder if I do the right thing, but you know?
Yeah. So then I kind of started off like, now that start making cheesecake for people, and it's turning out pretty good. I didn't have no idea how to really make a proper cheesecake. I knew from school how to make a cheesecake, but not as properly as as my head chef taught me and whatever. So I kind of branching off myself, as in see how that would work out first. As in, would people be satisfied in what I produce for them? And so far, I've been getting good results out of them. So I'm guessing that I'm on the right track. As in, starting off some way low, not anywhere on top there as yet. You have to start your way from the bottom, obviously. And desserts was the first thing. I knew people have attraction for cakes, sweet stuff. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? Why try that? Why start? Why not start there and see where it goes from there?
Okay. Tell me something. Let's get into the mind of a chef.
Yeah.
Right? You're there and there's so many people to feed and what's your day like? You know, people hungry and they sending menus at you, not menus, but the orders at you, and you know, you want to keep everybody happy and you know, some of us get flustered because we're hungry and time, we got to go back to work and this, you know, the chef taking time and what is the feeling like in the kitchen when you're working to try to please so much people with various or different types of meals?
Yeah, it's actually really, really hard and crazy. There's times, like now we're in our low season, but when we're in a high season, it gets intense in the kitchen. As in, you're trying to produce the same thing, right, perfectly well done for them over and over and over again. And if the minute time, you cannot do that. Then you start frustrating yourself. But the thing is, the trickiness is as a chef, you should never allow your emotions to get involved as while you're cooking, because the minute time you do that, then you break down.
Yeah.
You literally break down. And in my workplace, for a fact, I can tell you, it's no easy work. I mean, there's nights where there's nobody in the restaurant as so much, then all of a sudden, boom, it lights a fire.
Yeah.
Right? So then
and you have to remember, stay calm,
you know what I mean?
calm.
All these orders are coming in and you're like, oh my God, what to do, where to turn, where to start. And the minute time you just calm yourself down and you start taking orders and you're looking at it, as fast as you can get them out and properly well done, the same time as in every single meal you prep should be perfect, as well done for each and every customer, because you don't want to dissatisfy your customers, as in one had a good, like me and you sitting on a table. I'm having a good meal and you're not enjoying your meal because it's not the same.
Yeah, the night spoiled for both of us, huh?
Yeah, right. And nobody wants that. You call in the manager, say, hey, I don't like, I wasn't too pleased with my meal. The minute time a customer says that, then that's it. It's not that's it for you, but you feel dissatisfied.
Right.
I personally don't like leaving my customers dissatisfied. If I messed up on order or something, I would actually try and tell them, hey, can I do it over for you? Can I give you something better? What can I do to please you?
Great. And speaking about not leaving your customer dissatisfied, remember anytime you're coming back here again. Because right now I'm dissatisfied.
All right.
Kendall, it was such a pleasure having you on the set. I mean, I really want to speak to the passion I see you exuding here tonight. And obviously, if you continue with that and you're still enjoying it the way you are right now, I can see big things happening for you down the road.
Thanks.
Right. I look forward to being able to sit down and enjoy one of your meals one of these good days.
No problem.
So I'll come look you up, man.
Anytime.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the set. Well, there we were chatting with Kendall Dowden, and I mean, I have to say it again. He just seemed really to enjoy what he did. Imagine he was heading for photography, right? And now he's into culinary art and so. But me and sorry, all kind of people could take out picture when it comes to our good food, you know. I want to know how to get good food, right? So we take a break, and when we come back, we continue our second interview for the evening. Stay tuned. Don't move a muscle.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Welcome back to Bonje. You're live on GIS TV, and of course, we also have our viewers on GBN, the GBN network, or Grenada Broadcasting Network. And we want to say a special good evening and happy Friday to all of you. So good to have you. Really, really good to have you. Yeah, and we know we didn't have you last week because, of course, we had our challenge last week and there was no show. But we're making up now, right? Good. Well, every week we do have our Bonje moment, and we did promise before the break that we'll be taking our second interview, but we just want to ask our guests to just hang on a bit, let me just run the Bonje moment. So, she has consented. Yeah, nice person. You'll see her when you come to her. So right now, we want to offer you our Bonje moment. Enjoy.
Bonje.
Ouch. No, I mean, poor guy. All I can say is poor guy. Run down with excitement for the ball, and could you imagine that ball gets to your head? And then there you go. You know, I have seen one time a footballer actually scored not just the ball, he scored the goalkeeper and all of it. Before the goalkeeper hold the ball is back inside the net. He ball everything back inside the net. So powerful was the shot. But that was our Bonje. You want to take it again? Yeah, let me take it again. I mean, it happened so quickly. Let's see what happened again.
Bonje.
Ouch. I was sneaky feeling that look. That person look as Keon, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was sneaky feeling that look as Keon. Yeah, who's Keon? He's our man in the studio, man, our producer, man. Hi, Keon. nice. So we did promise, yeah, that was our Bonje moment, and we did promise our second interview for the evening, and I'm extremely happy to introduce on the set for the first time on Bonje, Dana Hercules. Dana, welcome to Bonje.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And we are told that Dana has the magical voice, and it's going to be on display tomorrow.
That's right.
Right, but Dana, I never knew you used to sing. I mean, you hide that information all this time. I mean, Bonje, you could do that.
You know, you have to expect the unexpected, right?
Oh, yeah. Attitude until you expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Dana, how time flies. I remember you a lot of years ago across by Mommy. And interestingly, you know, some of that we chat here very quickly. Dana's restaurant or just Dana's restaurant?
Dana's restaurant.
And your mother, Diane, got the name Dana because she chose to put your name on the restaurant.
That's right.
So now if everybody come there and they ask for Dana and they'll think Dana is Mommy.
Yes.
It happens. She's thinking that she's pushing her daughter's name and all of a sudden her daughter's name become her.
You understand?
Well,
and I just left in the back. That's okay.
That's right. Once Mommy happy, you're cool.
That's right.
So how long have you started your singing career?
Well, about 4 years now.
4 years now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What genre of music do you particularly like rendering?
Well, pop and jazz.
Pop and jazz.
Yes.
Take
it smooth.
Yeah. Where have you been performing though?
Well, I remember in 2011. I mean, I think everybody remember for Big and Beautiful. I had performed, you know, which I got my best talent.
2011 was Spice Bassett?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. And then I also do a little private performances.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's how I go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So is that what you do full time, or is that something like, you know?
That's one of the things I do.
Multi-talented.
Yes, very multi-talented.
Plenty talent running here, you know.
Yes.
Right? So you're going to be involved with, I understand, the show tomorrow.
That's
Tell
right.
Tell us a bit about that show tomorrow.
Okay, so it's Valerie Daniels, right?
Now, who is Valerie Daniels? I keep hearing the name and I wonder.
She is an amazing woman, I must say that, right? She's a Grenadian born, but she studied classical music in Germany, Munich, Germany.
In Germany,
yes,
okay.
Yes, she majors in classical music. And she also has other students like myself, you know, and Lucinda and Jenny J and Donnell Best, you know. Yeah.
Right. Where's Donnell is out now?
Donnell is out now.
No.
That's right, doing his thing.
Right. So Valerie is actually, she runs a music school?
Yes,
Good.
She does.
And she does voice training and that's
voice training, all the vocal stuff, you know, classical music, pop, jazz, you know, and I mean, we think music is easy, right? And we think vocals is easy, and it's really not. I must tell you.
When you master it, it makes it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
Never easy, never easy. So she's putting on that show tomorrow. So I guess there'll be quite some talent on display. Who are some of the folks we can see tomorrow at the Trade Center?
You can look forward to seeing Jenny J, right? Lucinda, Lucy, and myself, Raquel, and who else we have? Oh, there's so many. Right. You know, I'm all tied up right now. There's so many.
Understood.
But I'm telling you, it's all great talent, I must say.
And the show starts at what time?
It starts at 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. How long is it going to be?
Probably 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, pretty decent. Now,
yes.
Is it going to be more just classical, jazz, pop, and so tomorrow, or do you going to span the range of?
Well, we also have our guest, which is the island violin, right? And they do with musical instruments. You know, so we have the clarinets, we have the flute, we have the cello, we have the drums, piano, of course, you know. and everybody's going to be there's a mixture of all kinds of music tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's going to be grand. So don't just think about classical. We're coming with everything.
Tomorrow is an exposition of music.
Music.
Okay.
Yes.
And vocal talents as well as other talents. Keyboard,
Definitely.
drums, you said.
Definitely.
Right? What's the price for the show?
It's $40 now. Tickets are $40. At the door, it'll be $45. But if you're 18 and younger, it's $25.
Okay, I like that. 18 and younger. We always hear 18 and older.
Ah, no.
I like the twist. 18 and younger. So pretty much 18 and younger, $25. And if you purchase a ticket tomorrow before the show, it's going to be 40. But 45 at the gate.
That's right.
Of course, I mean, I don't know why you would want to pay $45 at the gate. Go and buy a ticket early and save yourself $75. Oh, you mentioned it's for a worthy cause. What charitable organization is going to be benefiting from this particular
Okay, so all our
activity?
Proceeds actually go to the Cadrona home, the elderly home in Lafayette, St. Andrew.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All our proceeds go to that.
Okay, no, and that is quite a worthy cause, the Cadrona home, because it's a home for the elderly. And we do know that our elderly people need some attention too, and the home provides that kind of attention, a place for them to not just stay, but also get the medicals and that sort of thing, I guess, you know, that kind of attention. And money is a scarce commodity for those institutions, for everything these days, but they need the money, right? But tell us again, Dana, so we spoke about the show, and you're going to be on the show tomorrow. When we come, how many pieces can we expect? I mean, how is Dana going to wow us tomorrow?
You know, I would really, I don't know how to explain this to you, but I'm going to give you about 3 pieces, 4 pieces tomorrow. Yeah, you know. I'm really going to wow you, you know. I think you should be there.
Well, I had plans to be elsewhere, and now you're trying to wring my hand, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, because I never really heard you sing before. So I'm thinking, well, you know, I can't let this pass. I need to come down there and see what's happening. And not just Dana. I mean, we're glad to have you on the set, but to see the other folks as well.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tell me something about that. Now, we spoke with the chef, and I saw the passion in him. I've seen the passion in you here too, right? It's a different kind of expression, but I'm seeing, what I'm seeing is I'm securing myself. I know I could do this, you know. Tomorrow when you come, I'm going to really thrill you, you know. I'm seeing that. Why music? I mean, my friend was a chef. Why not? And you especially come from that background in culinary skill and tool. You grew up seeing mommy cooking and making everybody happy, right? And you're into singing. Why music? What about music that attracted you?
Yeah, well, you know, yes, I have the culinary background as well. But, you know, music brings out that soul in you. It really brings out a soft side in you that you really think you never had, actually. But it just calms you down, you know, and that's what it does to me, for sure. And I love music. Since I was young, love music. So. Okay,
so do you play any musical instrument as well too?
Yes,
or you just concentrate on vocals?
Right now I'm concentrating basically on vocals. I ain't going back to the instruments just yet.
But what instrument did you used to play?
Piano.
Piano, okay, okay.
But you never know, you know, soon I will be a violinist.
Oh, so you're taking violin.
Yes.
Tell me something about Valerie Daniels again, because I'm trying, the name is ringing a bell, and is she out from Grenville side?
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
that's right.
I know who it is. Hi, Valerie. Because in the event that she's looking at the program, now I know who it is. And I think I heard her boys actually play the violin one time too. They really thrilled me. They really thrilled me. So she got some talent, right? And she's actually imparting that talent. And it's such a beautiful thing to see our own people, you know, do that which I like the culture. I hold no. I mean, I don't make any apologies for it. I really enjoy it, and I like, though I'm into the theater, but I like to see people excel in the various aspects of our different culture. And I like to see when our own people not just do it, but do it well.
That's right.
So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
And other young, talented people like myself. I'm telling you, I would really like, we actually would love the support, because I want everybody to realize that Grenada has some amazing talent, and we don't focus on it, and it's there.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's there.
Good.
Yes.
So folks, tomorrow evening at the Trade Center, it starts at 7, right? Don't be late because you don't, and I detest that where people come into a show late because I don't want to go to any show late. I don't want to miss nothing. I want to hear the opening.
Of course, you want to be there. You want to be seated and you want to make sure you see each and every performance.
Exactly. I always feel cheated. If you come late, you don't know what went before. No matter how they explain it to you, it's not the same. It's not the same. So don't be late tomorrow. Go out. It's $40 if you get your ticket now. Now as in tomorrow, well, prior to the show.
That's right.
Get your ticket, it's $40. But if you wait until you buy it at the door, it's going to be an extra $5. That $5, you probably could have gotten yourself something to drink at the bar or eat, you know what I mean? So do the economics. Get it early. Makes more sense. And you're going to see Dana and Lucy.
And Lucy and Jenny J.
And Jenny J. and a host of other acts, right?
Oh, trust me. It's amazing.
And it's all under the tutelage and the guidance of Valerie Daniel.
Yes.
Right? Who has actually done music in Munich, Germany. Right? So, thank you very much, Dana, for joining us on the set.
Thank you very much for having me.
Wish you all the best tomorrow. I'm juggling, but I would really want to end up
No, you have to be there.
Yes.
You made a promise to me and you're going to be there. And I'm looking for you, even when I'm singing. I'm looking for you.
Good. And I said, Dana!
Oh, yes!
We take a break right now. When we come back, more live action on Bonjay.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Diversity.
The 21st century imperative.
Diverse in education.
Diverse in health. Accepting everyone.
For who they are, the way they are.
A message from the Wesley College Young Leaders.
Welcome back to Bonjay. And we go straight now into our video moment for this evening. And it features a Christian group by the name of White Flag. Yes, so sit back and enjoy White Flag with a presentation.
Hey, what's up, everybody? God bless y'all. We want to teach y'all something today about rebelling against the culture and serving our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Surrender your life to Him, know what I mean? Yeah.
They say ain't nothing better than sexing up all these females, so we take the spam message, accept them as Gmails, drinking from the lies, getting drunk off that liquor, stepping closer to hell every time we drop that zipper. Come on now, it's time to grow up, little boys, cause real men never use women like toys. If you die now, homie, you won't get a second chance. I'm advising you, bro, to go and pull up your pants.
There's a place where I be, you pass by and swear it's a stick up, but the weapons in there are spiritual. That's cause we worded up. The hands lifted on our white flags we threw up, simply surrendering to the Lord in what we call worship. I surrendered to the Lord Jesus when I'm rebelling against the culture. An amazing person gave me life, I ain't talking about my mama. So you mean see me acting different, so go ahead, call me a fool. I'm trying to live like Christ is, so I'll do what I do.
B to the U to the R-I-T-Y-I. I never heard a single word, let's live by. Girls live for fame, guys live for game. Few live for Jesus or to represent his name. What happened to show me beauty from the inside? No makeup can conceal an ugly heart. He turned the junk into a beautiful sight. We've been washed by his blood, not pure, we bring the light.
Some folks are supposed to anti-Christ because of his skin color, claiming they're Christian and got love for a brother. Some can't smell the smoke and discern hell's near. They're busy praising an atheist idea of welfare. The church has lost its footing and the damage may be permanent. Seeking political correctness, righteousness, but not concerned with. Scared to be seen as closed-minded, don't want to judge anybody. Pleasing man and not God, to hell we nudge everybody.
Yes, God is still holy as he sits on the throne. He never dropped his standard to meet our own. So why don't you get yourself back to that place? Seek the Father for amazing grace. We can't live a life in any kind of way. Yes, you got to be careful with the words that you say. The places you go, the clothes on the back. Yes, the holiness of God should be seen through that. So don't be deceived by the false doctrine, and don't make excuse for the time that you sin. Yeah. Take some time and think about it twice, because you got to live holy if you want to live for Christ.
I don't have the words to articulate. I gave my life to Christ, so now, man, I live by faith. I really don't care if this culture don't approve my lifestyle. Smoking weed, doing drugs really ain't my style. I represent a king, so I'm following Christ here. I'd rather be a loser if it really means it for him, because the culture didn't approve him, because they beat him and they scorned him. So forget you only live once, and live your life for Christ. Rebel against the culture, or you're heading for destruction.
Celebrities and vanity should never be your idols. This life is a trial, it is heavenly rehearsal. The only star that I will ever idolize is the bright and morning star, nobody but the Christ. Get rich or die trying, hate to play another game. That's wrong in God's eyes, it's a blatant shame. Gay rights is like human rights, will never be more wrong. Him to him, her to her, abomination to the Lord.
A couple of years ago, doing stuff like smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, having sex outside of marriage, dressing promiscuous would have been rebellious. Would have mean that you're going against the culture, the norm of the day. But these days, these things are so socially acceptable, they become the norm. And if you really want to rebel these days, you got to read your Bible, go to church, and talk to people about God, because that's the only rebellion left.
I feel that. That was White Flag, a Christian group, and with that video, Rebellion Against the Culture. You know, I mean, it just shows how versatile our local acts are. I mean, we think that we only do calypso and we only do reggae. That was rap, man. And they were good. And they were Christian, they were in the mood, they told the message. It was good. Right, we take a break, and when we come back, we open the lines. So remember, stay tuned to stay close to the telephone, because we'll give you a chance to call us, talk to us when we get back.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, or customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Welcome back to Bonjay. I mean, tonight is really, it's a beautiful night. I'm just having fun in the studio. It feels so light, so refreshing. I guess it's probably because we had no show last week, you know. Well, not that we didn't have a show. We were pre-recorded. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, but it was what it was. We open the lines. We want to see who is there. Give you a chance to connect with us. And, you know, tell us, what were some of the favorite lines your mother used to chastise you? You know? Chastising was an important, very necessary and integral part of growing up. You know, we used to call it quartas. Yeah, that's what you used to get. You know what I mean? Now you're getting a flogging and a whipping and things. So this is just soft. This is a quartas. You know, come here! Right? That's sort of thing. And when you hear that, listen, your knee get weak, you're sweating, the sweat dripping from your hands. Let me tell you this, boy, on TV, I wonder if I should say that. remember that say, Robert! There was something about that said, Lord, there's trouble at the end of that voice. And something is so well up in my stomach, and right up to my throat, and I almost couldn't breathe. I was, because I know that there was some blows at the end of it. You don't have to figure out why you did, but just the tone. There was that particular tone that tells you you're just a couple steps away from a good cut ass. So, tell us, what did your mom used to say, right? When she was chastising you, what was some of the words she used when she was chastising you? I mean, this is hilarious, right? Because you know, you got blows so many different ways, right? I remember some people was whap whap whap, 3 strokes, right? That's a classical flogging, they call it. But the cutass was whoop 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 whoop, and then you had those with dialogue. I'm tired to talk to you. I'm tired to talk to you, right? You must behave yourself. You know what I mean? There was so many different ways to go. Listen, I don't want to do this all by myself. I have our next guest in studio, and even before we introduce him, he could join us on that because I'm sure he's there connected. All right, so could you pan the camera so that we could pick up our next guest in the studio? Right, and at the same time we introduce Mr. Clyde Belfort, a man who's as colorful as they come. Right, we have our caller. Hello, welcome, good evening to Bunji. Hello? Don't tell me the person put down. I was so excited. Hello? Okay, so if we missed that one, I'm sure somebody else will call. Right, but I was just, hello? Good evening. Somebody's going to call back. Yes. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bunji.
Hello?
Yes, hello. We hear you loud and clear. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you, Popo. I hear you loud and clear. What is that now? Yeah. Oh, Lord. You're having fun with this, girl. We're having fun down here, too. Maybe different, but... Now, let's see, we might get a call again. The number is 435-2636. I didn't even give you the number, I guess, because somebody did, boy. 435-2636. But while we're waiting on that call, let's chit-chat. I mean, Clyde, welcome to Bunji.
Thank you.
I mean, I am thinking, how do I introduce Clyde? I mean, he's well-known. He's given he's paid his dues and given his service to his country in the education of our people. He has written. He's a poet. Was a lead vocal in a band. I mean, there's so much that he has done, right? As cool and quiet as the same there. See, the one he said as so butter can melt anyway. Hello, welcome to we lost the call again? Oh, okay, all right. But you have given, and you still continue to give. Mm-hmm. Your last work was actually Once Upon a Time and Other Writings, right? I mean, Grenadians are holding up this book like that. The gentleman is here is going to speak about it, but I have gone through this. I was a beneficiary of a copy, right? And it's some beautiful writings. It tells about the soul of the Grenadian people, and that's what I like. And it also gives you an insight into the language, or standard English, or a dialect. I mean, there's one where the Jamaican dialect comes out. You know, but we're going to speak about this one, and I'm going to beg you to even do a piece, part of it.
Okay.
But tell us, this book, what was it like making this book for you? What were some of the challenges you went through, and what was some of the inspiration that had you, coming, because I know there's always a challenge when it comes to publishing.
First of all, I started the book because of some of the negatives that people had about Creole English, Grenadian Creole English, for example, or dialect, what we call dialect. Okay, every language is a dialect in itself, but we tend to disparagingly, call Creole English dialect. Okay, and so I just wanted to clear up some of the cobwebs around this whole dialect thing, Yes. Some of the cobwebs, cleaning it up, So I decided to write the first part of the book in Creole English, just to demonstrate that you can write clearly and unambiguously in Creole English also. Okay, although you can also do it well. Of course, the aim of every child is to learn to be proficient in standard English.
Yes.
Okay, and that should be the aim of every teacher to get the child to communicate well in standard English, but not to the detriment of the Creole English.
Right.
Because this is our first language, whether we like it or not. It's our first. Well, for the majority of Grenadians, anyhow, this is what is called the L1, the first language. That's the language the child has for most of the day, anyhow. Now in school, when the child gets to school, then he gets into the formal English mode. Okay, but outside of school, in the playground, at home, you know, everywhere else in Grenada, you just walk the street and you hear it. According to Alistair Hughes, if you don't believe me, Alistair Hughes is, you know, is an expert on in journalism and, well, of course, them things to do with our dialect. Okay, and so I just wrote the first part of the book in Creole English. You know, just to demonstrate, well, as I said before, that, you know, it can be done in Creole English too. Okay, now the second part is 4 short stories, okay, which is a mixture of, well, of course, some of the speakers, you know, they speak in the dialect or the Creole English dialect. Okay, now you give the language to a speaker according to the speaker's, well, there's a profession, background, you know, upbringing and so on. So, for example, if I know that my grandmother has left school in standard 3, I won't have her speaking the perfect English. To me, it makes no sense. And it discolors the thing.
Exactly.
And, you know, it puts a little bit of an improper, you know, spin on what my grandmother is capable of. Although there is this phenomenon called code switching. For example, the market vendors, okay? They code switch. When the tourist comes, they speak in standard English. When the tourist leaves, then they revert to
the vernacular.
The dialect.
Okay. But tell me something, that ability to code switch, as I call it, and I like the reference too.
Yeah.
Right? That where you go from standard English and you switch into your dialect so easy. And
well,
isn't that an art in itself?
Yes, and Grenadians are very good at it. The reason is that our accent is almost neutral. So in other words, the Grenadian can be an American when he wants to be. He can be British, okay, when he wants to be. I won't call any names, but there's one name comes to mind.
No. All right, let's leave it there.
He can also.
I'm afraid we're connected at it.
Let me lead that deal.
Yeah, let me lead that deal.
He can also be Jamaican. He can be Vincentian. He can be Antiguan. You know, any accent the Grenadian wants to imitate, he can. You know, because this normal accent, although you can tell a Grenadian when he speaks, but his accent is almost normal. The Bajans have this villarized thing. You're going to know when the Bajan speaks.
Yeah, they cut a lot of the word short.
Yeah. Well, it's in the back of the throat. The villa, you know. For example, a Bajan would find it would be very hard pressed to say something like paper. He has to say paper.
Oh,
the villarized thing,
right here.
It goes back there. Okay. The Jamaican, the Vincentian, the Trinidadian is so easy to make out a Trini.
Yeah.
They have this
very distinct.
No, the rounded vowel. For example, a Trinidad, you hardly hear a Trinidadian saying Isle. A Grenadian can say Isle, but a Grenadian can also say oil. Okay. But a Trini would say oil more often than not. Yeah.
Now, I was speaking to a Jamaican one time. We traveled to, what was it, Canada. And she was one of the persons who were involved in the team of persons who were promoting us. We had an heritage. And she was all very good English. And as a matter of fact, I thought, you know, for a Jamaican, you really had to listen very, very careful to every so often hear Jamaica in her. But she was very standard English. And then she confided that she grew up as a diplomat's daughter. So she spent some time in France, she spent some time in Germany, and they live a couple of places well in Europe. But guess what? Her mother came and looked for her even while we were there. And she turned into somebody else one time.
That's correct.
The Jamaican twang was, I say, rang.
Yes,
Jamaican
because she know element now.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, and I was shocked. Is that the same person?
But sometimes people accuse me of being an American. I have an American accent and I have a British accent, and I deny that because what I try to do in any case in some certain situations is just speak well.
Yes.
And if it comes up, if I sound American, if I'm speaking well, so be it.
Let's speak about the book a bit again.
Yeah.
And while we're on the issue of the Jamaican twang or the Jamaican dialect, right? You did a piece here, Rude Boy Bish.
Yeah.
And I'd love you to for the benefit of the audience as well, to read part of it for us.
All right, it's called House Call in a Jam Down. Fimaris.
What page are you?
Jamaican Creole, that's page 107.
107.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't get over it.
Now, the reason why I wrote this poem is because when I was in Jamaica doing my postgraduate degree, there was an incident in a place in a territory in Jamaica called Harnett Garden. Okay, well the Jamaicans don't itch.
The Harnett Garden.
Harnett Garden. So you see now, house call is house call. So in other words, what I'm saying is that incident in Harnett Garden, that particular evening, the gunmen raided, you know, and they just started killing each other, you know, which reminded me of the assassination of Bishop on the Fort.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
So you made that.
So they made house calls, you know, the Jamaicans, they made house calls to each other. You know the bad boy then?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. But it's house call.
House call. All right. House call in a jam down.
Yeah.
Well, you know Jamaica is usually called jam down. Okay. You wanna go?
Yeah.
Go on.
Knock.
Rude boy Bish.
Why you say dready?
Why you say dready?
Why you say
dready? You know, Jamaicans have a way of saying, you know.
Why you say dready?
Right. Why you say dready?
Yeah. Is that something? Silence ugly.
Silence.
Oh, silence ugly like sin.
Right. Everything is just quiet because he's not answering. Because he's dead.
Yeah. All right.
Silence ugly like sin. Steel, stiff, and stink. It was a rotten thing that was done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wonder if he must sleep to rotted. No, to rotted is a very mild cuss word in Jamaica. To rotted, they use it all the time. Even priests, you know, use to rotted. Yeah. Knock again. You know, I'm getting desperate now. You know, frustrated.
More anxious knock now.
Right. Hear this, Master Bish. Me not a mad smart here, sir. But the Jamaicans say me not a mad smarty. I'm not crazy. That's all they say there. You know?
Me not a mad smarty.
Me not a mad smarty. I'm not a mad person. I'm not a mad somebody.
Yeah.
All right? All
right. Here, sir?
Here, sir?
Yeah.
Me not say you're the asshole. Seeing?
Silence ugly like
sin. Steel, stiff, and stink.
Wonder if them...
I wonder if you're gonna rush far and not tell we.
I mean, you have really captured this thing there. I mean, okay, so let's so that was one, and time is against us. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
There's so much we could do. We need a whole program for you on this book.
Yes.
But there's something about this.
Okay, so the book is briefly. The book is divided into 3 parts. The first part is Creole English and 4 short stories. The second part is language use in Grenada. Yes. You know, some linguistics. You know, and the third part is poetry. So you get 3 for the price of 1.
Tell us
Three
where,
books
tell
in
us
one.
where we're getting that one book for.
Okay,
Right, and
they can be had at the St. George's Bookstore.
Uh-huh.
That's Mr. Park's bookstore.
Mhm.
Yeah. Standard Bookshop.
Mhm.
Okay. Arts and Soul, I think, is the on
Art and
the
Soul.
Grand and Small.
Okay.
Art and
Mhm.
Soul. And
Give me a close up here, folks. I want the people outside to see it. You know, I want them to see it. Seeing? All right. Good. So, Once Upon a Time and Other Writings. Yeah?
Okay. And don't judge that book by the cover. People would see, certain faces and refuse to buy the book and stuff like that, But there is more to it. Inside the book is the book. Okay? That's one book that you should not judge by the cover.
Yeah. So it's at Standard Bookstore. It's down at the mall.
It's at the mall in Grand
Soul.
Anse, yes. And I intend to put a couple copies in the museum, and I haven't been to the airport bookshop yet. That's Sea Change. Yeah.
And of course, people can consult you as well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If it goes at $60 and $55 in the bookshops, but if you buy it from me personally, you get it for $50.
Okay. So
Okay.
I mean, right. So we want to thank you so much for joining us on Bunjay, but we want to also leave the invitation for you to come back at some
Yes.
other time convenient.
I'll do that.
Right. So you may want to stay with us on set as well as we head to our next item or iconic feature video. So stay with us. Enjoy.
Angela, potential road match. Rasta. Oi!
It's good to eat from people, but when you eating, what you eating? Be careful with what you eating. It's nice to eat with a friend, but when you eating, what you eating? Be careful with what you eating. Okra, saltfish, and callaloo. I eat my belly start to grumble. Then people say I can get away. Oh Lord, the same time I get a vision to check with a Obia man and hear what the Obia man tells me. Tangle, you really lucky. You come and visit me, honey. That girl would I eat all your damn money. Yes, man. Say as a Californian, you have a good inspiration. Go and tell she mother in your son. Tell mama, say, girl. Tell mama for me, woman. Mixture too strong, girl, that mixture too strong. Say the mixture too strong for me. Listen, Matilda, mixture too strong, girl, that mixture too strong. Say the mixture too strong. I say, take it, Matilda. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, look at the man Tangla there, boy. Our iconic feature video this evening. Remember that year? Tangla, the thing they walk out to put in the callaloo? There's so much stories around that. I mean, I have my own stories too. So that was our feature video for this evening. Tangla, in much younger years, boy, slim and trim and things and jumping up on stage. You see Tangla now is a different Tangla. Well, in terms of body structure. Years have passed. Things happen when years have passed. That's the wrap on our program this evening. It was really another exciting hour, and we invite you to join us next Friday, God's willing, when we'll be right here speaking with some other interesting Grenadians. We want to thank all those who would have joined us this evening, including our last interview we had with Mr. Clyde Belfon here. We want to thank Dana and Candel, and we want to thank our hands as well. We always don't say thank you to them, our producer and studio support and all of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good weekend and see you next week.